We're going to talk to one of the most knowledgeable people in the entertainment industry about what is happening now following the death of Whitney Houston, and that will be the senior editor of In Touch Weekly, and we bring her to the broadcast right now. Dorothy Cassaseri is reporting live from New York today to answer some questions for us. Dorothy, many thanks for being with us. Let me ask you.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure to have you here. How are those closest to Whitney Houston coping with the loss today?
Well, we haven't heard too much from her family, but we do know that her daughter, Bobbi Kristina, has been taking this news very, very hard, as we can only imagine. Reports have stated that Bobbi Kristina was so heartbroken and so shaken up by the entire thing that she has gone to Cedars-Sinai Hospital twice within 24 hours of learning of her mother's death. She went the first time the night of her mother's death, and the second time, which was yesterday, she was rushed to the hospital because she was having heart palpitations, and the family was very, very concerned about her. There are also reports that the family is concerned that Bobbi Kristina might have to enter into some kind of rehab or something like that to deal with this traumatic, horrible, horrible tragedy.
This has sent a wave across this entire world, certainly in the entertainment business. Let me ask you, what do you think is the legacy left behind by Whitney Houston?
The legacy, I mean, she's leaving, behind such wonderful moments, I think, of inspiration for people, especially for women. She was really such an icon in the music industry, of course. She touched so many people's hearts with her songs. I know many of us can't go to a wedding these days without hearing at least one of her songs. And certainly for young girls growing up, she really set the bar very, very high for, great self-esteem and great self-confidence and believing in yourself and really, making something of yourself and using your talents very, very wisely. I think also her charity. I mean, she's always been so charitable, and there have been reports over the last few days of people that remember her fondly that used to tour with her. People like in the crew, the stagehands, and she would come down with a deck of cards and sit down with the crew members, and she just had this really, really big heart where it didn't matter if you were the most important person in the world or, if you were just a part of the crew. She really reached out to people in a way that was loving and kind.
Right. She really reached out even in death. There was just a big outpouring of emotion at Sunday night's Grammys award. Let me ask you your thoughts on what you saw at the Grammys last night.
Well, I think for LL Cool J to start the Grammys with a prayer, I think that was a really powerful moment, especially when the cameras panned through the audience and you saw all of the kings and queens of music with their heads bowed, and it was really a very, very sacred moment for Whitney. How can I not say that Jennifer Hudson's performance was breathtaking? I mean, I had tears in my eyes watching it. She is another beautiful, beautiful talent, and it was a real tribute. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more footage of Whitney herself singing. It was simple. They kept it very simple, and sometimes less is more. But some people have been saying on Twitter and on Facebook, reaching out and saying that they wish they would have seen a little bit more of Whitney herself singing her classic songs.
Certainly we will have much more to say in the days and the weeks ahead. Dorothy Cassaseri, we appreciate you being with us. Dorothy Cassaseri is the senior editor at In Touch Weekly, reporting tonight from this afternoon, I should say, from New York City. Many thanks, Dorothy. We appreciate your insight into this.
Thank you.